My name is Greg. This is Colson. We are at the National Soaring Museum at Harris Hill, and that's in Elmira, New York.
This is my great-grandfather, Bill Schweitzer, his brother Ernie, and his other brother Paul. They started a glider building company in the 1930s at the Elmira airport. We will be going there shortly.
So the question is, how did this area play such a vital role during D-Day? Well, that's what we're going to talk about, because there was something called Mission Elmira, and it played a vital role in the afternoon of D-Day. It was the largest resupply mission, and we're going to be talking about what resupplied the paratroopers.
So here we are at the airport, and right across the runway is where they started making gliders in the late 1930s. Several months before World War II broke out, they were making training gliders for the Army, such as this one above me, a Schweitzer TG-3A trainer. They not only built training gliders for the Army, they also trained glider pilots here until the Army moved to Texas so they could train all year round. So let's get back up to the National Soaring Museum, and Greg will tell you all about Mission Elmira.
This is a Waco CG-4A glider. This is the type of glider that was used in Mission Elmira. But before we go into Mission Elmira, let me talk to you a little bit about what they were resupplying. In the early morning hours of June 6, 1944, 826 transport planes hauled 13,000 paratroopers, American paratroopers, Screaming Eagles and the 82nd Airborne, into the Normandy area. The guys, this is a gliderman outfit I have on right now. It only weighs about 60 pounds of equipment. The paratroopers, they had somewhere between 100 and 200 pounds of equipment. They couldn't even get in the plane by themselves. They had to have some help getting in the planes. As the planes flew, as the 826 planes flew into Normandy, there was a big cloud cover, and also the German anti-aircraft was fierce, so the pilots were flying all over the place. They dropped the men all over. The problem was the pilots were a little bit frightened, and they revved up the engine, so when the paratroopers jumped out, the prop blast that hit them ripped most of their equipment right off. And some landed in trees, the unfortunate ones landed in the flooded fields that the Germans made, and they drowned because they had so much equipment on them. Now, what's going on is this. There was 176 gliders. Most of them were the Waco gliders. It was about 10 o'clock at night. It was still daylight when they came in. And they came in over the fields that the Germans held. So they were getting shot at. They were going about 100 miles an hour or 120 miles an hour, and they were low and slow, and they were getting clobbered. As you can see, the sides are fabric. So even a pellet gun could go through these things, let alone anti-aircraft shells. This front of the whole glider lifts up, and you can put a Jeep or you can put an anti-tank gun in there, or it can hold 8 soldiers, dressed like I am. So they came down, and the Germans also planted poles in the middle of all the fields. So when the gliders came down, and if they hit the poles, they were annihilated. Also, there were hedgerows that we didn't know. And so, in fact, the general that was in one of these gliders, they hit a hedgerow going 80 miles an hour, and he broke his neck. He was killed. So this is pretty amazing that this is called Mission Elmira, because the other missions before them were Mission Boston, Mission Chicago, Mission Detroit, and then there's Mission Elmira. That's why we're here at Harris Hill. Now, come over here and I'll show you what's going on here. This was a resupply mission for the 82nd Airborne. there were about 1,200 men, there was about 25 anti-tank guns, and there was about 30 jeeps. The problem is, of the 176 gliders, almost every one of them crash landed. So if you can imagine, you're sitting in one of these gliders, and we'll show you right now, Colson and I will demonstrate what it was like to sit in one of these gliders before it crashed. All right, Colson. So, most of these gliders had seat belts, and the guns were held like this, and then right before they were going to land, which means crash landed, they'd go like this, they'd lock arms, and they'd sit back and they'd raise their feet off the ground, because chances are the whole bottom of the glider will be ripped right out of the glider. The poor guys flying it, out of 176 pilots, I think 15 were killed outright. There were 5 MIAs, they never found them. So let's go back outside. You can tell that these gliders are not made to withstand a landing. And while they were landing, they still used a couple things. At nighttime, they still used this. This is a cricket, 1 click, and it was answered by 2 clicks. Or else one soldier would say flash, and the other one would say thunder. Out of the 1,200 men, there was only about 132 that were killed immediately by German fire before they even landed. But once they landed, if you can imagine, the glider crash lands, you had to fight your way out of the glider under fire from the Germans in the area. You had to get the equipment out, and then you had to fight with the 82nd Airborne. So basically, this Elmira resupply mission gave the 82nd Airborne 1,000 more men, 15 workable anti-tank guns, tons of ammunition, and tons of medical supplies. And we're pretty fortunate to have the mission named for Elmira. So this was Mission Elmira, and it was considered a success, and it was one of the things that helped make D-Day successful for the Allies. One of the most important Mission Elmira men was Strom Thurmond, who is the longest seated senator from, I believe, South Carolina. I think years and years and years he sat, but he was in one of these gliders and he made it through okay. So that's the story of Mission Elmira. I hope you enjoyed it. I don't think a lot of people in Elmira even know about it. So thank you very much.